Spain 0, Sweden 0. A poor result in the end for the Spanish, who tonight were friend-zoned. The passing, the movement, the patterns, the play, the drills, the philosophy, the coaching, everything for Spain was tip-top, barring putting the ball in the back of the net. They couldn't do it tonight. A number of good saves, of course, by the Swedish goalkeeper, Olsen. He pulled off a few good saves, he definitely did. But it was indeed Sweden at the other end of the pitch. Both chances heavily involved. Alexander Isak, who I thought had a very, very good game tonight overall. Probably should have scored his chance, in my opinion. Shanked it wide, nearly deflected in, though, but he did very well to get the shot off in the first place. And then excellent feet, excellent skill that set up his teammate. I want to say it was Berg. I think it was Berg. It may have been someone else. Now I have to rewatch it again. At the far post, he should have put Sweden 1-0 ahead, and he didn't do it. It should have been a typical smash and grab night. One of the biggest concerns or criticisms about Spain leading up to this tournament was, will they have the firepower up front? In fact, if Isak was Spanish, they would have won tonight. That would be my concern as a Spaniard tonight. That would be my concern as a supporter of Spain tonight, is the fact that it was very toothless. It was very toothless. It was very much friend-zone football, as we say here on the football terrace. Very, very difficult. Really, really is a difficult sort of thing to, goal scoring is the rarest commodity in football. It's finite. It's few and far between. And it's why I always get legitimately weirded out by fans that hate on goal scorers. Today we saw that. Super chat here says, if only Spain had a stat padder like Bruno. I mean, anybody. I mean, I was looking at it thinking, honestly, would Cesc Fabregas do a better job right now as a false nine at this age? Probably. It's lots of technically gifted players in that Spain team. I'm not going to sit here and profess to know loads and loads about all of them. Obviously, Modri playing, Torres out there. Elmo, I think, is a very, very talented player. Pedri. Yet all of them, it was really good passing and movement, but just no real potent finishing. After all that, I call it friend zone football. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. To take a look at some more of your comments coming through. We're still running the competition tonight. Nobody guessed it right last night. Super chat in who you think my man of the match is going to be. If you guess it right, if you guess my man of the match right, you go into the prize draw to win a football shirt of your choice at the end of the season. I'll put a poll up as well with the 4 options. It's one of the 4. Who, you write this in, who deserves the man of the match? All right, so I'm going to put the option. I'm going to put the options in there now, and we'll go from there. Who you think I'm going to pick? Who you think me, the wonderful, the majestic, the beautiful, the talented Terry Flewers is going to pick? I'm actually looking at it again now, and I'm trying to put some options in there. I think he should go into it. I'm heavily weighted towards Sweden here, but that could be a curveball. That could be a curveball in relation to everything else that is going on. It could be. It might not be, but it could be. So it's one of the options that I've put into the poll that's now up on the screen. Get your super chats in, ladies and gentlemen. KC here says Pedri was immense and controlled the midfield. Spain squad also had a vaccination, so a little bit tired, expected, but Gerrard should have started over Morata. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen moving forward with this team. They moved the ball so well, like legitimately moved the ball so well. It was like Spain of old. It was legitimately like watching Spain of old, without the finishing, without the end product, and that would be a little bit of a concern for me right now. Baz here says has to be Olsen, is what Baz has said here. Baz has given it to Olsen. Few people are suggesting Isak, but listen, get your super chats in, get your name into the draw. And by the way, if you're a legend and super fan, The WhatsApp group is now open. The link for it is on our community page. You can only see it on the community page if you're a Legend and Superfan member. It's been a nice little chatting with the Legend members a little bit earlier on today as well. So happy days. If you want to get signed up to that, use the link in our description below. We're going to go to some calls really, really soon. We've got Igal backstage. We've got young Samuel, who's a Spain fan, which took me by surprise to see. He's backstage as well to have you say, listen, he can support you. I'm only winding you up, my brother. Let's go to a few more of these comments here. You missed my super chat. Did I? I'm sure I put it up on the screen. I'm sure I didn't. If I did, I'm very, very sorry. Stephen Bauer here says, Denilson, easy. Joey says, Spain are awful. Boring is what he's saying here. That's interesting. Comment here from our Twitch account says, really tired watching this game. No leaders involved in that team and no output. It was all that passing. Luis Enrique did wrong not picking Ramos and any strikers in that team. Oh, no, I definitely put your super chat up because I read it out. I said, if only Spain had a stat padder like Bruno. Can you imagine? Shots fired. There we go. That was very weird. I heard that over there, but not in my ears. That's very strange. Let's do some more. Eye test was right. Listen, Isak had a good game tonight. Let me just say that. Isak, he looked nice. Should have scored, didn't. You give him that. That was his only touch in the box in the first half. Amazing skill to set up the opportunity. Should have got himself an assist tonight. But he didn't. He did very, very well indeed and deserves a lot of credit tonight. Would I go as far as to say Iatest was right about him? Got to be very careful here because Iatest said that he's better than Haaland. Let's never get away from the base opinion. Not all the things that have said in between. I don't care about he's better than Rashford. I don't care if he thinks he's better than Martial. I don't care if he thinks he's... The Isak laughter at the terrace came when he said he was better than Haaland. So let's remember the origins here. Thoughts on Pedri? Yeah, do you know what? Like, I thought it was good. I thought he moved the ball. Technically, you can see there's a player in there. But what it's going to come down to, like with all young players, it's what are you going to deliver in the game? You know, didn't create a chance, as an example. Really high pass completion. So from a statistical standpoint, 93, 94% pass completion, baller. Would you rather have not, what if his pass completion rate was 10% lower, but he created 3 chances because he opened up that defense with cutting passes? Would that not have been better? Potentially. In terms of moving forward from a more creative point of view, his approach play was excellent though. So there was two halves to his story tonight for me. The cutting edge passes weren't quite there when he was trying to feed it into people, but when he was putting in what would be considered the kind of the pre-assist pass, very good. That area of his game is excellent. So maybe it's a case of that's where he should stay in focus. But overall, I was really impressed with him. Legitimately impressed with him. Thought he looked technically very, very good. Very, very capable player. But as we know, he's young. I believe I heard that he's the youngest ever Spaniard to play at a major tournament for his country. So, the expectation is high, but let's relax ourselves because it's going to take him a long time, I think, to kind of reach the heights that he needs to. But I thought it was good. I thought he was good tonight, no doubt about it whatsoever. Terry, ask Igal about Ferran Torres. Yeah, it's one game, no goal so far. We'll see. We're actually going to go to the start bringing the callers on now. We're going to go to young Samuel first because he is reportedly a fan of Spain. So it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say about this team. I'll give you an update right now. Currently, Isak is leading the poll on 47%. Olsen second. Danielson is third with Rodri coming in at Danielson is fourth with Rodri coming in third place. Get your super chats in. Guess who guess who Terry's man of the match is. It sounds a bit weird me saying it. Guess who my man of the match is. Get that done right now, people. First on the show with me tonight, young Samuel is here. How you doing, buddy?
Listen, it's typical Spain today. I mean, the start wasn't ideal. This new generation that's been banned by the Spanish press, by the Spanish media, who said, no more players from the 2010 squad. You know, Ramos didn't get selected due to injury concerns. So you know what? I was like, fresh start, new generation of the Spain team. First 20 minutes, Terry, I think we played very well. We were on the front foot, high pressure, high intensity, high pressing. I thought it was a great start. But as the game went on, we got exhausted. Well, it was quite clear to see what Sweden's game plan was. Low block, try and catch us on the counter and get us on set pieces. And this has been the same tactic that has been used against Spain. This is a carbon copy of the Russia game in my eyes. You know, I look at the possession stats tonight: 85% possession for Spain, 15% for Sweden. I mean, this is typical Spanish football. You know, dominate the ball but just lacking the edge. One thing I didn't get what Luis Enrique did today was starting Alvaro Morata, because I think if Moreno was playing this game, he would put that chance away. I think I'm looking at the chance now that showing on our BBC. I mean, that was just a poor finish. I mean, the quality of a player for Morata should not be playing for the Spanish national team. I'm sorry. There's far more better options that can be chosen over Morata, and it's very easy to play against Terry. Low block, okay. We got no clinical strikers. That's what we like, clinicality. This is the main concern against the Spanish national team. We haven't got no more elite strikers. In 2010, you know, possibly two of the greatest strike partnerships of all time with Fernando Torres and David Villa, putting chances away. And now, I look at Moreno and Morata, Adama Traore.
Sorry, read the comment from Manita.
Listen, I got the full Spanish stars, but no, people are calling for Adama Traore. I mean, this is how Arsenal. I mean, why did I say Arsenal? Because this is how boring it was, how poor we are. Adama Traore, fans are calling for Adama Traore to call on because we want more directness. I'm sorry, no way Adama Traore should be playing for Spain. I'm sorry, we lacked in the final third everything. We could not finish. Chances lacking lacking creativity. Really, no one was clinical. I think the man of the match definitely goes to Sweden. No one in the Sweden team today should hold their heads up high. No one, not a single person. I mean, you could give it up to Laporte, and he did well. But I think Ishak, you know, big up to Ites, you know, little Ites' son, Ishak. I was really impressed with him, but at the end of the day, I think this is the first 0-0 draw of the tournament. Terry, I don't know what you think, because I think we can go far, but because we've got the best coach in the competition, like I've been
saying,
we don't have the best squad, but probably our coaching can get us away with some of the results. That's what I have to say.
For me, watching, I get you're watching it. It's your nation, and I truly understand that. For me, it's all fine, other than putting the ball in the back of the net. I don't think Baby needs to be thrown out with the bathwater. It's just finding the player that's going to be most clinical in front of goal. It's as simple as that for me. That is quite it.
Also,
that's it. Score goals.
I mean, yeah, people said it there in the comments. Pedri, I mean, this new generation, there's no Real Madrid players in the Spain squad, you know? This is literally a definition of a new generation. I think there's a couple Barcelona players, no Real Madrid players, 10 players from the Premier League put tonight. I think Pedri, you know what? He's 18 years of age, 19 years of age. Like they said, the youngest ever player playing for Spain at an international tournament. And I think he did very well. He did very well. But moving forward, we've got Poland on Saturday. Let's face it, Poland are the most overrated team in this competition. I mean, what happened today against Slovakia? They got outplayed. I think it'll be an easy game. Hopefully, I don't jinx it, but I think. Listen, this is just one game.
Who are you looking at, by the way?
I'm looking at the TV.
Oh, sorry, okay. I thought your dad was telling you off for something, bro.
No. I'm looking at the TV, but no, listen. I think we can easily beat Poland. I think we can easily beat Slovakia. So there's no worries for me. We're easily going to top our group. Even then, there's zero chance of us going out. Listen, there's brighter days ahead. We'll improve. Hopefully, Moreno starts the next game, and I'd have to see Alvaro Morata, because he was piss poor, literally. That chance he had in the first half, wide open. Any decent striker puts that away. But you know what? Same old Alvaro Morata from Chelsea. Open chance, just like Timo Werner, puts it wide. I mean,
I hear you on that, young Samuel. Top man. Thank you for coming on and having your say. Thank you. There's a comment here that says 15% possession couldn't be a Swede who is man of the match. Yeah, it could. Football, of course, the most important thing is football is scoring. Spain are a superior team in every single which way to Sweden. Sweden's goalkeeper, Sweden's defender, and Isak, in my opinion, all perform better than any Spaniard on the pitch in its entirety. Yes, you can pass and move the ball well, but if there's nothing at the end of it, what's the point? That's why I'm saying friend zone football. They got friend zoned. They did all the hard work, but didn't score. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. We've all been there before. Listen, man, Lucky Gal's on the show next. What you saying, bro? You're on mute, my brother.
How's everyone doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, all good, my man. All good.
All right, first things first, the Fernand Torres thing. Who else is going to play over him? Guys, relax. People have bad games. The whole team couldn't score. If someone was going to score, if he got that Morata chance, he probably would have finished it. But the thing that I seen today was, I want to know, Terry, don't you think someone who's like a ball progressor, who's actually going to take the ball forward, move it forward, and actually get into the box and score. Koke was good. He can do that. But I think they should have played, what's his name? The guy from Napoli. Ruben Neves? Is that no, not Ruben Neves. What's his name? I got my head stuck right now. I can't even think about his name. I know his first name's Ruben, but Fabian Ruiz. If Fabian Ruiz played the whole entire game, it would have been a different game, because I felt like their midfield was too passive at times. They're in the opening minutes, you could see that they were trying to switch it up and play long balls. At the end of the day, the game, Sweden had 2 chances to win the game. Spain had the whole game to themselves, and they couldn't do nothing. It's funny that Samuel said Arsenal. It kind of reminds me of Arsenal. It kind of reminds me of those Premier League games where you get a Burnley or somebody like that, and they get one chance and they almost nick the game. But it ended as a draw. It could have gone either way. But today we realized Spain is not a contender. After one game, I'm telling you right now, Spain is not a contender, because they don't have a leader, as they said with Ramos. If Ramos was in this team, it would be different. They don't have people who've been there and done that. If Ramos was there, it would be a completely different game for me. Not only as a defender, but as a leader. And forwards-wise, their forwards are too inexperienced to expect them to produce high in this tournament. So Spain, I'm writing them off. Even though that might be silly, there's just too many other big favorites ahead of Spain.
Do you know what, though? I don't necessarily think it's a bad call. The one thing we've seen so far with Italy, England only scored 1 goal, but we were playing a difficult team. Belgium scored. They put the ball away. Put the ball in the back of the net. Looked like scoring. Spain didn't tonight, and that's what was questioned before coming in. And it was almost what was. So the next game is going to be important. If they don't turn it on in that next game and start putting those balls in the back of the net, and they've actually got a really difficult group, because none of those teams in their group are like whipping boys. They are all going to be fairly solid defensively. So it's going to be quite difficult for Spain, really, if they haven't got a prolific goal scorer out there. And I think, I don't know, how do I say this without sounding disrespectful? They've got so many technically gifted football players, but it's about them outputs. Almost when I'm watching Spain, they are the epitome of eye test, not our cooler eye test. They're like eye test merchants, where it all looks good, but where's the output, guys? That's what they need on top of that. And if you had and that's why when Spain were dominating world football for that period of time, they had eye test and output together. When you have those 2 things together, you're a dangerous, dangerous machine. And I kind of agree with you. Spain right now, as an England fan watching, Italy worry me. Belgium would always worry me. Like, they really stand out so far. England have done well. I wouldn't say we've done brilliant. We've done well. But Spain, you think about the 2 chances Sweden created. We'd create more, and we've got better finishers. So I wouldn't be scared of them. I'd respect them, but I wouldn't be scared of them. So I do agree with you on that.
You know, one thing is, Terry, this whole thing that Spain is amazing as an international country is false. Look at that. Look at their history as a nation. They've won it in our lifetime. That's why we think so highly of them. If the fact that they didn't win it in our lifetime, and they would have won it like in the 60s, we would have looked at them the same way as people look at England.
Well, until Spain did what they did, and I'm going to get the dates wrong when they won the World Cups and everything. So I'm going to go and check, because my brain.
2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, they won the World Cup in 2010, and they won the Euros in 2008 and 2012. So they had that sort of 4-year period where they were absolutely sensational. But we all remember what happened after that. They've had a number of poor tournaments after that. You know, they've been beaten. They've not been as potent. But before that point, they were looked at in football very much like England. They'd won the Euros in the 60s, and they were the runners-up once before that. And that was it. They'd done nothing else. They had that really good period. And of course, listen, they've won 3 European trophies and 1 World Cup. I wish England had that many, and I'm not putting them down. But it's going to be interesting to see what this young generation does, because we all know with young generations, it's one way or the other, and only one team can win every 4 years at these tournaments. And right now, if they don't develop potent strikers, it's all going to be for nothing. Or don't need to be a striker, just potent goal scorers, outputs, end product, massively needed. Just changing the subject very quickly. Where is your fantasy team right now? How many points you on?
I picked up a lot of points today. I think total I'm at what? I'm in the 40s.
Okay, so top of the leaderboard right now, we have who we got? Legends United. He's on 87 points at the moment, which is massive. I'm just behind you, I think. I'm on 34 points. So yeah, but there we go. But I've got obviously a few 36 points I'm on now, because
we need to do another episode, because you need to use your limitless chip before Wednesday's games.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that on the roundup show, I think, and go through it, because I don't know what the hell that means. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. Obviously, I've got Jota playing tomorrow. I'll be having Kimmich playing tomorrow as well. So I've got 2 more players.
I got
playing
Ronaldo
tomorrow. You got Ronaldo. Then we'll see what happens there. Listen, Igal, thanks for coming on, my brother, and I'll speak to you soon.
Don't worry, tomorrow, France, I'm there. I got my kit. I got everything. I'm ready.
I bet you do. Viva la France. Take care, mate. Take care, buddy. Just to let you all know, episode 2 of the Done Deal show is coming tomorrow. And I'm going to give you a bit of a sneak peek. We're talking about some big stuff. Tier 1 stuff here. Arsenal. Talking Man United and their midfield options. What are Man United looking at? City, Grealish, Kane. It's being discussed. That's what's been proposed to me. So make sure when that is released tomorrow afternoon, you are there and ready. The Done Deal Show, episode 2. We are going to be moving forward, having 2 episodes a week. It's harder to do during the Euros because of the amount of content we're doing. We will be releasing it early for first team members and above. So you will get it before anybody else. So make sure you're tuning in for that tomorrow, and you're ready for the Done Deal Show. Back out tomorrow. Brand new intro as well. Intro's looking slick. Let's do some more calls here. First up on the show, we're going to go to Matthew. What are you saying, Matthew?
How you doing, Terry? You good?
Yeah, I'm very well. What did you make of Spain's performance tonight?
It reminded me of when Barcelona faced Celtic, where they had like 90% of the possession and couldn't get a shot. I know that ended 1-0 to Celtic. It reminded me a lot of that. I think it was very lackluster in the final third for both teams. I mean, Isaac had that shot, all the gear, but no idea. But yeah, it was a frustrating game to watch, to be fair to you, on both ends, because there were shots willy-nilly, wasted opportunities from Morata. Spain are really missing that leadership. They're missing that potent striker. Gerard Moreno should have came on. Morata's had a stinker today. I think they'll get a chance against Poland. The only player I see for Poland is Lewandowski. He didn't turn up today either. So, yeah, it was a frustrating game on my half. What did you think?
Yeah, listen, I agree with a lot of what you've said there. It wasn't a poor game of football. I quite enjoyed the play. The approach play was very, very good. But I'm an outputs man. I'm an end product guy. I like to see. I would have preferred a more boring game with 3 or 4 goals, because those goals change those moments, and that's what I saw tonight. But look, will Spain get out of the group? Yes. To a gal's point, do I see them winning this tournament? No. Other teams so far have come out and played. I was just looking at the sort of results a few moments ago while Legal was talking, just to refresh myself. Italy could do well in this. Belgium could do well in this. England could do something in this. I was even like the Netherlands were a team that everybody wrote off. Do I think the Netherlands are going to win it? I'm not too sure, but they impressed me yesterday with their play and their finishing in the end. And with listen, maybe we're being a little bit over the top, a little bit hyperbolic, a little bit reactionary. But and also it was the first 0-0 draw as well, so a little bit disappointing in that regard. But look, the Spaniards need to find their scoring
I've
boost.
got a soft spot for Italy because my granddad's Italian, so keep an eye on them a little bit.
I hear that. Listen, Matthew, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Next on the show, we're going to go to CFC Ed. What are you saying, Ed?
Yeah. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. What did you make of Spain's performance tonight?
Yeah, do you know what? It sort of reminds me of Chelsea last season. Creating so many chances, no end product. But one player that quite impressed me today for Spain was Pedri. Barcelona, if everything in the second half in particular, everything was coming from him. He was receiving the ball and playing some nice passes to Jordi Alba and others, and linking up nicely. And at 19 years old to be performing like that at international tournaments, quite impressive for me. Like I said, everyone receiving the ball to feet, and in the end, Sweden had the best chances. Despite having only 15% of the possession, just shows you need to be putting the ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely, and Spain had the chances as well. They just didn't take. Listen, Olsen had a good game in goal. There's no doubt about it. But some of those chances they should have buried. They should have put away. And it was almost whenever they got the ball in a goal scoring situation, it was like watching sort of the rabbits in headlights, as it were. Yeah. And it was massively frustrating. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But as we say, we'll see what the wood for the trees. The next game will tell us a little bit more. Definitely give me more riding on that match, because depending on what happens, I was looking at the match from a Spain point of view.
Yes, Slovakia won the day earlier, so I think they play Poland next, don't they?
Yes. So you've got So it's Sweden, Slovakia. Depending, Slovakia win that, the game against Poland becomes very pressured, because if Poland go and nick that from them, they're really looking down the barrel going into that final game against Slovakia. Slovakia will just be nice, and yes, they might rotate, but they might be nice and relaxed. And sometimes when you play a relaxed team who are comfortable, it can really change things. There's no doubt about that. Listen, Ed, thanks for the call, mate. Really appreciate it, buddy. Top man. Thank you. Next on the show, we're going to go to, I want to pronounce it right. I think it's pronounced Ike. Welcome to the terrace, buddy. What do you want to say?
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. What did you make of Spain's performance tonight? Was it good enough? Do you see them as contenders? Give me your thoughts.
Listen, so I didn't get to watch the entire match, but what I did see, I just wanted to mention that I think Spain have the talent. Like we've seen, they've got a lot of star players from the Premier League, Spain, but the end product, I think the American announcers on ESPN said that they had the number one amount of chances created, but one of the lowest end products.
Wow. Yeah, that says it. That says it all. I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean, there's no point having a gun if you ain't got any bullets. A gun is useless without any bullets. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And then the other point that I wanted to mention, I'm a Chelsea fan. Seeing the chances that Alvaro Morata missed brought back a little bit of bad memories from his time in Stamford Bridge, because now I don't think it was offside goals, but the two chances that he missed, you can just see so clearly how they affect him every time he plays like that. So I don't know if Spain should be starting him every match, or maybe they should be going with Moreno moving forward. But I just think that having him up front as your number 9, it leaves a lot to be desired. And, I'm saying from experience.
Mate, I hear you on that completely. I really, really do. Brother, thank you very much for coming on and having your say. I really appreciate that. And that's the question we're going to be posing now. The new question on the new poll, do you see Spain as contenders at this tournament? Sometimes I leave cap locks on when I start typing. It really bothers me. So, do you see Spain as contenders? All right, so we're putting that in yes or no answer. Get your votes in on that right about now. What do you think they need to do differently? It can only be personnel, because I don't think the Spanish can change the way they play, their system. The patterns don't need to change. It was beautiful. Who comes in your opinion? I want your live comments on that as well. And of course, we go into the final day tomorrow, the final day of round 1 of games big matches tomorrow. Big matches tomorrow to look forward to, with, of course, Hungary versus Portugal coming up, France versus Germany as well, 5 o'clock and 8 p.m. We'll be live after both those games here on the Football Terrace, so make sure you stay with us. Make sure that like button is hit right now, that you subscribe to us, you turn on bell notifications so you know every single time that we go live. We have a super chat here from Aaron who says, so predictable for Spain to have the first 0-0 draw. I've been a fan of Spain since the 98 World Cup with Raul. With this team and coach, I expect more. I hear you there, Aaron, and there should be an expectation on Spain. There is absolutely no doubt about it whatsoever. There should be an expectation on them. They're a proper team. There's no doubt about it. Predictions coming in here. Yes, send us in your predictions for tomorrow. Predictions for tomorrow. Portugal to win 2-1, France to win 2-1. That'll be a good day. I'd love a little Bruno Hernandez brace on that one as well. Someone says I should have put an option in as too early to tell. That would be an interesting option. Then that means yes, because that means they could be contenders. So it's good. Contenders means could they win it? Like, are they a team you think could win it? If you don't think they can win it, I think it's a yes or no, actually. Let's be polarized on this one. It's a yes or a no. We're not giving you any splinters in your backside tonight. Stand up, put your chest out, vote, and have your say. Let's see what's being said. Spain and the Netherlands are both nations who always have unbelievable players, yet never really fare well international. Spain won back-to-back Euros and a World Cup in between. So they do. In recent years, Spain have. Prior to that they hadn't done, but they turned that around a bit. They only won a major tournament 9 years ago. It would have been 8 years ago if this wasn't delayed. So I can't. I mean, the Holland I get. That's what I always find interesting about England, and we look at it so differently because we're English. England gets such a bad rap having only ever won one World Cup, but you look at some of the other like major nations, they're not like that much better than England's record. Do you know what I mean? There's only like a handful of nations where you look at it and go, okay, that's cool. Like Spain are also the most successful team ever in European Championship history with 3. So yeah, to say Spain have no pedigree internationally, they have changed that. Historically, they've definitely changed it. Netherlands have never won the World Cup. This is true. This is true. And that's a nice little game for us to play, actually. I like that. You've inspired me now. Nice little game. The big question time for you all this evening. Name the country who you think are better than they really are historically. So like the Netherlands, never won a World Cup, but absolutely raved about it every single tournament. Maybe it's England because they get overhyped because we won something in 1966 when people didn't have toilets in their house. That's how long ago it was. Who is that team that people talk about as being brilliant, but they've never really delivered? One tournament they might have won, maybe none. Get your comments in and tell us who and why. Someone man said Brazil. What are you chatting about Brazil? Maybe I don't know where that's come from. I swear Brazil I'm going to be wrong when I say it. I swear Brazil have the most World Cups. It's the thing. A fact I never checked. Most successful, 5 of them. They've never delivered. Come on. Come on. In terms of winners, let's go through. I mean, let's have a little look at this here. I mean, but you know, you start breaking it down as well, right? This is what's crazy about it. So World Cups, only 7 teams have ever won it. Only 7 countries have ever won the thing. Only 7. 2 of them have won it once. 3 of them have won it twice. 2 of them have won it 4 times. One of them has won it. One of them has won it 5 times. In relation to where is this bit here? I don't care about mascots. I want to see winners. I don't want to see awards. I want to see the winners. A list of statistics. They should probably tell me in here. I want to get to this. I don't know the answer. Right. No, I want to see a list. It's annoying me now. You know, we just want a list. European champions list. So all I want is a list of who's won the damn thing. No, I don't want finals. winners. Nope, that's club level. Oh, it's annoying me now. Right. I wish they'd have started this now. Okay, here we go. This will probably help me a little bit. I know, not really. Okay, yes, here we go. Got it. I found it. I found what I need. Germany have won it 3 times. Spain 3. France twice. Russia once. Italy once. Portugal once. Czechs once. Netherlands once. Denmark once. Greece once. So more teams have won that than have won World Cups. But get your names in the teams that you think are overrated. Essentially, who are the overrated international nations is what we're talking about here. 8 countries. I'm talking nonsense. You're saying 8? Well, I'm looking at who's the 8th country then? Because I'm literally looking at a list here and there ain't 8 countries on it. There's 7. That's all I can go by. Bro. Literally 7 teams on it. I'm gonna have to show it now on the screen, aren't I, to prove I'm not making it up. Who's the other nation? Who's the other nation? There's literally 7 on here. Unless I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I'm an idiot. Do you know why I'm an idiot? Sorry. You'll see why. I'm gonna show it to you, right? Let me show you. Sorry, my apologies. Because I put them in order, right? And I saw number 7. I saw 6 and 7 like this next to each other. So I just thought it was 7. Sorry, I didn't see the 8. Because look, it's all in order and 8's the wrong way round. I got it confused. Sorry. So relax. But Amsterdam, boy, relax yourself a little bit, mate. There's no need for the hostilities, bruv. There we go. But listen, I can admit when I get something wrong. I'm not fragile. Do you know what I mean? Real strength. When people get that angry about it, though, it tells me do you need a cuddle? Do you need a hug? Do you want to be pressed against my man boob? Oh, West Ham are the 8th team. Yeah, West Ham should be on there. So there we go. Why have they done that? They're all in order. But Uruguay, why would Uruguay be 8th? Why would they rank them? Because of the amount of games they've played. That's why. That's weird. You should rank it on how many times they won a trophy. Thank you very much, sir, for becoming an official member of the Football Terrace. That means a great deal to us. It truly, truly does. Become a squad member of the Terrace. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot, my friend. People keep writing Messi. I didn't say players, nations. I look at it this way, right? I think England are definitely a nation that we overrate. We've only won 1 trophy. I actually think Holland are more overrated, though. They've won 1 European championship and no World Cups. I think they're more overrated than us. Legitimately think they're more overrated than England are. Like, I really, really do. And you look at France. Like, so much of France's success has come in like the modern day era as well. And that's what I pray for my country, that we have a little, like a little sort of period. All it takes for England is like a 10-year period where they win a World Cup and just a World Cup and a European trophy. And then they have 2 World Cups and one of them. And suddenly they move back into, like, we're not far behind. I mean, Uruguay is the interesting one because, of course, Uruguay won their World Cups a long time ago. Argentina. I suppose it's interesting, though, with the Argentinas of this world. I know we're talking Euros here because they also have Copa America. And I don't know how many of them they've got. I'm assuming they've got a lot. Oh, geez, that isn't what I wanted. National team. Here we go. Honors. Oh, wow. They've won Copa America 14 times. I assume, though, Copa America is just dominated by 2 or 3 teams. Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, maybe Chile with a few. I'd assume it's only those nations that win it, really. Oh, wow. Yeah, 14 wins for Argentina, 15 for Uruguay, 9 for Brazil, and then everybody else, it's 2 or less. So, yeah, those 3 just dominate it. Interesting. When did Uruguay win the majority of theirs, though? I know we're going on an absolute tangent here. I love learning about history of football. When did Uruguay win theirs? Is it like a recent thing for Uruguay? Not really. See, they won it in that era where they were winning World Cups. They won a lot of it before. Yeah, like they've only won one in this millennium. Yeah. So yeah, old school, isn't it? It's old school. Old school. Messi will retire for Argentina after they lose and then come back. Maybe. Terry, what's his comment say? Messi free kick. Oh, Messi scored a goal, has he? Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't watch Copa America. What channel's Copa America on? Is it on like proper TV or where is it at? Or are people on their computers? What round is it anyway? Oh, is it still the group stages of it? He scored a good free kick. Oh, that's good. What's his name played? Emi Buendia, is he there or not? I swear someone said he was in the squad, but I don't know because I don't watch it. So is it group stages right now? Ah, okay. Group stages. I'm so confused. Anyway, I'll read about that later. I shouldn't really do that while I'm on the air with you lot, should I? Let's do some more of these comments here. I was on the BBC iPlayer. Sweet as, thank you. Group stage, man like Neeks letting me know. Terry, the Netherlands reminds me of Jimmy White of snooker. Get to the finals and lose. You are right. Jimmy White is one of those individuals. Yeah, never won a world title. Poor fella. Listen, I know there's more people waiting to come on with calls, but we're going to be back tomorrow with more for you. I've got a prep for the Done Deal show tomorrow. It's going to be big and huge announcements coming soon. We've got some great guests lined up on the terrace, and I'm doing everything in my power to not announce them before they're ready in case they don't come off. But if they come on, game changes. That's all I'm going to say. Game changes. That's it. That's all I can say. I can't even give you any clues because I don't know how to even give a clue without giving it away. I can't because all the clues, I'm going to be so bait with it and you're going to guess who the people are. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Goodbye. God bless.